we're here for the 6th annual Keith Bernanke Memorial Cup, a matchup between the Warriors of Brother Rice and the Seaholm Maple.
We feel a real desire for sports broadcast even at the high school level locally. We regularly broadcast sports matchups between Seaholm High School and Groves High School. And this is an opportunity to allow students aged 14 to 18 from all 6 communities we serve the opportunity to come learn how we do that. We're in the midst of a 2-week course with 7 students who have been training at the Bloomfield Community Television Studio. And on Tuesday, we're going to be covering the 6th annual Keith Bernanke Cup at Seaholm High School. And these students are going to be key in the production, running the cameras, calling the game, working the technical side inside the truck.
We do get a lot of hands-on work, which is surprising compared to other camps like this. If you were to go anywhere else, it would be just a lot of watching and rather be doing.
The adults here and the teachers, they treat us not as we're little kids, but more of the sense that we are workers and that we are one of them. It's enjoyable because you know that you're not being looked down upon.
One of the primary objectives of community media should be for studios like ours to become gathering spaces for the community, to train them, to educate them on the work that we do, how to operate with cameras, how to do productions themselves.
We're now in our 44th year. We took it over from the DIA when they didn't want to do it anymore. And it is a great opportunity for artists to be showcased in Michigan and the contiguous states. I am an artist, but I don't get time to practice my art. But walking in through the doors every single day, I'm surrounded by art. That gives me my creative outlet, right? And placing the artwork also does. That's the fun part, right? The huge transition. So we literally take down the last exhibit and patch and paint the walls. Then the artists have 1 week to deliver the work, whether it's being shipped or whether they're bringing it in on site. We always do a survey of the condition of the work because we want to make sure that we maintain the condition of the work. Look at this, crazy. That's a painting.
I'm trying to find that balance between having it look neat and tidy and presentable, but then also have wildlife habitat and restored areas and areas with these native plants that are so beneficial in so many different ways. I enjoy trying to see how I can have the best of both worlds.
The lakes are really, they're full of living organisms, but they're also a living organism themselves. As a living organism, it needs the right conditions, and one of those conditions is a natural lakefront that helps to foster the wildlife and the vitality of the lake, and also to filter out all of the items that might go into the lake that foster the growth and explosion of the invasive species that we don't really want in the lakes.
We're all really just stewards here for a relatively short amount of time in the whole grand scheme of things. This lake is a little gem, and we should be good stewards to it.
A really good pushing move. A lot of times we use that motion in police work to get people out of our way. The systematic approach to RAD, and the presentation really goes well with actual demonstration and actual kicking and punching. It's a really nice introduction into actually making contact with something.
When we start showing the instruction, we tell them, don't hit as hard, let's get the mechanics down. Same with like weightlifting and running or any sport you take up. You got to do the movement slowly so you get the mechanics down right, and then you can add your speed and power later on. And I tell them, hit me. There's one move where I pull their arm and then they strike my forearm, and if it hurts really good, I'll tell them, I don't mind taking it to get that instruction across. And the reality is, in a situation, we tell them, you're gonna fight with everything that you got. We're very, very strong emotionally, physically, and it's just telling other women that we can do it.
Good. Ready?
Friendship Club is such a unique program that we offer. The Friendship Club, that's the key. It is a club where people who are experiencing changes with cognition can come and feel welcome. It's their space, it's their friends. Very often in a family, when someone is experiencing dementia or changes in cognition, sometimes the social circle gets smaller and smaller.
One thing nice about the Friendship Club is someone to talk with during the day. I like coming because it gives me something to do and someone to talk to.
I've been working musically with people with memory loss for I guess about 25 years now. Music is such a great tool to use for people who are losing their memory because of Alzheimer's. They can retain musical memories. It's so important to lean into that because that's their positive experience for the day, for the moment, whatever it is.
I'm not making this up. I think we sounded exactly like the Beatles, right?
Engineering and environmental services provide engineering services and environmental oversight for the township. We're beyond the place where we can do routine maintenance to maintain our water system, and it comes at a time where it's more economical to completely replace it. So what we did in Verner Estates is we did a full replacement of all the water mains, including the main itself, water service lines in the right-of-way, as well as fire hydrants and other. We decided to do pre-chlorinated pipe bursting versus open trenches. So instead of digging up all the pipe, having trenches throughout the whole neighborhood, which would, of course, block access to intersections, driveways, and be a much more intrusive project, we actually put the new water main directly through the old water main. In engineering, often we think that if we don't hear anything, we're doing our jobs right. Nobody wants to hear about water main breaks. So in some cases, our job is to get ahead of that kind of stuff. In other cases, we'll respond to that stuff. But in all cases, communication with the public is a really important part of what we do.
MCMA is the Michigan Community Media Association. We had to really dig in and learn how to build coalitions, how to get legislators on board or informed of what this bill would mean if it were to pass. We could have seen our funding go away in an instant.
All of the executive directors at all the stations throughout Michigan and all of our employees are working on telling the cable story and how the fees are not just cable fees for the cable department, but also provide resources for roads and public safety and parks. Those fees are the way that cable companies pay for the use of the rights of way, which is where the cable runs. It was really important to testify before the committee related to HB 4965. And Ian was one of the people that did that, and he did an amazing job. A lot of us never expected to be doing that kind of work, but we are all doing it now because that's what's required in order to keep the stations up and running and the fees coming into the general funds for the state of Michigan.